Hey everybody, so I am back. I am doing a little bit of a tutorial on how to build your booty, but I picked one exercise. I picked the hip thrust, and the reason I picked the hip thrust is because the glute's primary responsibility is to extend your hips forward. It does a little bit of external rotation as well and abduction, but your primary movement for your glutes is extension. That's why a lot of people who squat, they don't necessarily build that nice booty because it all depends on their body, how their movement is, and a lot of people become very quad dominant when they do squats. So I like to do and I've noticed this since I had knee injuries, that because I can't squat, I've had to do other movements, and the hip thrust has been proper. It's been really good. So I picked the hip thrust because it does extension, and if you look at sprinters, when they have that nice long stride, the hip is fully extended, and that's why sprinters have really nice booties. So we mimic that. So we want to mimic that. And because of COVID-19, there's not a lot of places to go out and run and do kind of sprints and whatnot. So here, yeah, do your hip thrusts in your basement. I usually like to do sets of 20, or your basement, sorry, wherever you need to do your exercises. I like to do sets of 20. I've been working with a coach a little bit, and had me doing sets of 20, and I really, really liked it, and I noticed a difference. I will alternate be doing heavy sets as well, so maybe 1 or 2 days of glute training, I will add a good amount of resistance to it and do sets of 5 to 8. But you want to watch, because sometimes when you do a heavier resistance, you don't get that squeezing and the isolation you need. So with the hip thrust, I've thrown some tips in there to get proper activation, little tweaks that you can do, because a lot of times you'll just go through and thrust forward and you're wondering, why am I not really taxing them? I don't really feel it as much. So a little bit of tips and tricks. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope it helps your next movement, and do 3 sets of 20, or you can do 4 sets of 20, or you can do 3 sets of 5 to 8, depending on where you are in your training. So happy beach building. So this is the way most people are doing their hip thrusts now. Their feet are too far underneath their knee and not enough underneath their body to get a good squeeze. So at the top of the motion, you keep that squeeze in your glutes to activate them, because the glutes' main job is to hip extend, and so this is totally hitting that. Keep squeezing, and then you want to externally rotate. You see that external rotation? You squeeze inside, squeeze the outside, which is your glute medius, so you're activating your maximus, which is doing the extension, and the medius as well, which is doing the external rotation. Here's a variation. You can prop up onto the balls of your feet, activate those hamstrings, and keep that external rotation going. So you've got all two. You've got your glute med, you've got your glute max, and then you pop those hamstrings, so you get a great posterior chain activation going.